Minister of Natural Resources Honorable Vikram Bharrat clarified concerns surrounding the Corentyne block, emphasizing that Frontier CGX Energy Joint Ventures JV prospecting license was not cancelled but rather expired after the company's exploration period concluded without advancing towards production. Minister Bharrat made the disclosure during an interview with reporters on the sidelines of an event in Region 6. He explained that CGX Energy and Frontier Energy JV had been given a 10-year exploration with additional time granted after they made a significant discovery. However, once the extended exploration period ended, the companies were required to decide whether they were ready to transition into production.
So what has happened to CGX contract is that they would have exhausted their 10 years of exploration. They were given additional time because they made a discovery for appraisal. But the law states clearly that after this period expires, you must indicate to the government whether you're in a position to move towards production. Otherwise, the block returned to the state. And that is exactly what happened in this situation. The license was not cancelled or terminated by the government of Guyana, but the time was expired. The 10 years exploration period, as well as the additional time given for the appraisal work to determine whether a development, or in simple terms, whether they could have produced oil in that block at that point in time.
Minister Bharrat acknowledged CGX Energy's role in Guyana's oil and gas sector and expressed gratitude for their investment.
Situation with CGX. We, however, in government, we want to thank the company and the shareholders for the interest in Guyana, because CGX has been a company that has been with Guyana for a while. They have invested a lot too in Guyana, which we have recognized through our numerous engagement with them, through our numerous efforts to help them with their work program and to assist them in areas that they were failing in, and to guide them through the process. So we have been there as a partner to CGX during that period. And we want to say to them that in Guyana you will always have a partner. So I don't want to say that there is any bad blood or there is any level of animosity from the government of Guyana perspective with CGX or any other.
With the block now reverted to the state, the minister outlined two possible pathways for its reassignment.
In the new Petroleum Activities Act, it states clearly that there are two ways in which the government or the state can award an oil block. One is through an open bid round, like we had 2 years ago. We had an open bid round with 14 blocks available or up for bidding. Or the second way is by direct negotiation between government and government, or government and company. So those are the two ways in which an oil block can be awarded based on our new Petroleum Activities Act. One is when the government decides to go out for a new bid round and make the blocks available so that people can bid on those blocks, or companies, can bid on those blocks. Or the second way is by companies or government sending a direct proposal to us and for us to negotiate that proposal. However, I want to state that based on both methods, we have a production sharing agreement now that we have agreed on, that we have made a promise to when we campaign, that we are going to ensure that any new PSA signed in the future will have better fiscal benefits for Guyanese. And any new arrangement that we make now, whether it's by bid round or whether by direct negotiation, the companies will have to accept the terms and agreements, especially the fiscal terms of the new PSA.
As of now, no formal decision has been made regarding the future of the Corentyne block, and discussions are expected to continue. Reporting for the LRTVS NewsWatch, Salochni Rupnarayan.